Is your lawn a hot mess? Call Purple Walrus Lawn Company. Unlike actual Purple Walrus sightings, a beautiful lawn is not rare with us. We're the landscapers who believe in ecologically friendly grass hugging and lawn whispering. We're not here to sell you snake oil or make you sign contracts that require a lawyer. Our pricing? Straightforward and fair. Choose Purple Walrus, and your lawn will be the talk of the neighborhood. Learn more at purplewalruslawn.com.
Hey, this is Aaron Walls, your host of the Landscaper Roots, right here on Turfs Up Radio. If you're like me, you know how real it is being a solo operator in the landscape industry. It's now my mission to grow with you, sharing stories and experiences while learning from others who have been in the industry and willing to share their mistakes so we don't have to make them. Join me live Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern or 6 a.m. slow time for you Central folks, right here on Turfs Up Radio.
Oh, let's see who. Here we go.
This is Steve with Sam Trucking and Excavating. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio. Your industry, your station.
This is Tony from Tony's Lawn Care, and you're listening to Turfs Up Radio. Your industry, your station.
What's up, guys? Aaron Walls, Landscape Roots. Call the show 812-719-9993. The I's probably new too many nines. Who cares? Gmail, awalls9993@gmail.com. You can email the show, come hang out, set up an appointment, get on the show, talk about equipment you got, you work for, talk about manufacturing stuff you have, be a guest, be in the lawn care industry. If you're a magazine company, you want to come on, come hang out. We are not a bland and boring show. I am at the bottom of the rung when it comes to starting a business. I am early in it. I am not the guy who starts a course and sells a course and all that. I am not an educator. I do not educate people on how to run their business, figure out what it costs to run. I don't educate anything like that. I just come on, talk about my experiences in an entertainment fulfilled way. Not only that, you can probably hear that allergies are killing me right now, and I'm trying to work through that. So hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Holy cow. It feels like I've got 9 dandelions in my throat. I cannot get it out of there. I'm trying to burn it out with boiling coffee. Not really working. Anyway, you guys follow other green industry guys out there? I do. I started early listening to a bunch of them, then I stopped for a while. Then I started listening again to see what they're saying out there, and then also I had to have a little bit of humility when it comes to listening to these guys. I can beat them up, or I can thank them for actually starting a trend where I could hear something that was very valuable. In my opinion, I feel like those guys hold value to others, so I can't really say they're invaluable or no value. I can say that I don't listen to them for advice, but I do listen to a lot of them. And some of them are just cool to hear other guys out there talking about other cities and states, how they operate, and there's a lot of one truck operations out there. Tony Rudolph down at Lake Oconee, he does it. Who else? Cameron Duncan out in Missouri. Now, I know Cameron's probably not going to listen to me because I cuss. He does not like cussing at all. So I am a sinner, so I cannot see him looking or listening to me, but I still listen to his stuff, so he's got some good stuff out there. He was talking about on his show that he had an account. I think he billed him in February. Here it is, May. He just got paid for that. And he said it's very profitable. But I don't know how profitable anything is when you don't get paid for 3 months. But I don't know enough about the business to know that it is profitable. Because I've waited a few months for payment. And since I know they were going to pay, I've just kind of let it slide. So I can't really judge it and be like, oh, well, should have done it this way and that way, because when it comes to certain types of relationships, they will get to slide. I don't know if you guys let some things or some people slide, but I don't know that it's profitable though. I do like, now me personally, my brain is like, all right, I know they'll always pay. So instead of stressing out, running over there and getting it, it's almost like I know they've paid already in my mind. So it's all right sitting there because I'm not going to spend it anyway. Is that a disciplined way of looking at it? Or is that the wrong way to look at it? I don't know. That's how I listen. That's how I look at it. I'm not asking for someone to say you're right or wrong. I'm just spitballing here. I don't do that with everybody, but I do consider it paid when I know who it is. Sounds stupid, don't it? Maybe that's how he was looking at it. I follow him on Facebook because he's been doing lawn care for 20 years. He's been doing it this long. I would assume that he's making money. That's all I can do is just assume. Whether he is or isn't doesn't really make or break my business. So, yeah, I just thought it was neat that I listen to those guys still. And some of it is very hard to stomach that they're still trying to push what they push. I'm hoping they grow out of that. Just like people probably hope I grow out of what I grow out of. I think that's what we do. We listen, we judge, we go on about our day. I'm just curious. Anybody do that? Does anybody know that they can leave money somewhere and go get it? That's without the payment processing system. I do have a payment processing system that I use, and I love using it for people I don't know who the fuck they are. I have no clue who they are. You know, you get one shot. But through that, it clearly states you got 30 days or 10 days. Snow, mine says 10 days for snow. Shout out to Wayner. If you're wondering how to write a contract for snow, I should probably use it for everything, but I don't. There's no lacking in getting paid with snow. So, should this make it to him, Cameron, way out there in Missouri, maybe try and look up Profits Unlimited, but I don't see him listening to me. He's been doing it 20 years. Why would he want to listen to me? All I have is entertainment. I'm sure he's got a whole list and slew of things that he likes to do. But I was talking to Kyle yesterday about Christmas lights, so I thought it was a good morning to bring up Christmas lights. Christmas lights is what I wait for every year. I love it. I love the income it brings. More. I want to talk about Christmas. What do you feel when you think about Christmas? You remember when you were a kid, how magical it was? You remember planning your list, doing it at school, Santa coming in. There's a lot of, like, we're trained to think Christmas is magical. We're trained to think like it's the best thing. There's a real reason for Christmas. Correct. That's right. Whoever said that, good job. Thanks for bringing that up. I heard you. Yes, we love Jesus. But not only that, the earthly people here have kind of designed us to think that it's waking up on Christmas morning with presents. It's all built up for that moment. It's all geared towards that. I remember a lot like that. Just it's a full training session. Then as we get older, we do it for our kids. You know, the magic is kind of lost as we ease into teenagers, but parents still try. And then we become parents and we train our kids. It's being handed down to be fully emotional with what we see, with commercials, candies, food, clothes, fire, like a warm fire, chimney, all this. There's all these emotions attached to it. So why not spring into decorating the house? Holiday decorating. It is very lucrative. It is very lucrative. Just think if I was smarter with my numbers, what I would be doing. I've heard Kyle Wayne say they would love to do snow year round. I would love to build this to do Christmas year round. So what would that take? Well, if I could make about 300,000 in I could probably do it in 8 weeks. What would that take? I don't know what it would take, but it would be badass. I believe it's possible. There's people that do it. Get a crew to do Owensboro, get a crew to do Evansville, get a crew to do Louisville, get a crew to do here locally. It could be done. I don't want to say never jinx myself, but I've yet to have anybody text me and say, I just don't like my Christmas lights. Just don't like them. Same thing with landscape lighting. Nobody's ever said that. I just don't like my landscape lights. Now, this year alone, I've had umpteen billion calls about quality or don't mow because it's raining or mow. And I'll take it into consideration, but ultimately, I'll look at my schedule and say, I'm coming. Or, you know what? I just can't make it today. Probably going to have to do it tomorrow or a couple, I still don't let them. I'll listen. But I just, I can't let them tell me when to come. I can't. Now, Christmas lights is the same way. You get a certain price in October and then it goes up in November. There's less time to put up Christmas lights. I can't put them up in February. It's not going to work. I guess I could. The larger companies start putting them up in August. I've seen them start throwing them up. There's one in Evansville that does it. Golly, did y'all take yours down? Nah, they're putting them up. There's a bank. I drive by it when I go to Site 1. They get them up pretty early, usually around August. It's weird what your eye is trained to see, too. It's usually something that's relatable. Now, when I go through a drive-through, I don't notice the ice cream machine. But I had a guy with me, and we were talking. He started freaking out. He's like, dude, look at this ice cream machine. The one I got to operate is not that big. And look at all the room around it. So he works making ice cream all day. But I would have never have noticed that ice cream machine maker had he not said anything. It's relatable to him. So when I was driving by looking at these Christmas lights in August, it's relatable to me. but the normal person is not going to see them. You know, the bulbs are clear. It's on the roof. They'll probably wrap the bushes in a different time period, I'd say, when they have more time, but go ahead and get everything up top knocked out. Wonder how many they get up there. Doug, what's up, homie? How's it going way out there? Is it raining up there? The skies were orange this morning. Let all the dogs out. We got 3. Not normal to have 3 dogs, but we got 3. Talk a little Christmas lights. I don't know if you're doing any yet. Doug, you're listening yesterday. Thanks, homie. Doug, did you get any Christmas light installs last year? Or did you do your own house? Do your own house first. If you didn't, do your own house. Have you and your guys do your own house. Do it. Do it now. If you need some material, I don't know how long your house is, but I could send you some males and females and a little strip if you don't have any material, and you could practice on your house. And it'll make selling it easier. You'll feel more confident in hooking these things up. Been talking about Christmas lights because I was trying to communicate with Kyle about it. Kyle's he's more seasoned in selling and all that. Uh-oh. Damn, Wayne, you live right by the highway. So that's funny, Wayner. We'll get you set up, Doug. We'll measure the front part of your house. If you don't have any material, we'll get some sent to you. All I see is a deer, Wayner. You sent me a picture of a deer. Which is funny because Quaid came in yesterday. He said next month he'll be shooting a deer. He said, I'm going to have a brown on the ground. Because it's bow season. Early bow season is next month or a few weeks. I don't know. Them kids kill everything. As soon as the season opens up, we got some type of wild meat on the counter. Can't see the Christmas lights, but I take your word for it. I'm guessing they either went up or never went down. But they're coming, and they're coming fast, just like snow. So right now I have reoccurring revenue or cash flow, which is the mowing. It's not like it's, pad in the bank or anything. The only thing is it's just cash flow. It's all it is. Cash flow. Christmas lighting is not cash flow. That's piggy bank and coffee can material. Then what are you doing with the piggy bank and coffee can material? It's got to go somewhere and down the road. But with it being half the year is over, that means the end of the second half is we have our big shebang. You know what I mean? So it's June. That means we've got June, July, August. Then we'll have September, which we'll be marketing pretty hard in August and September. A couple times a week, and then October we'll start hanging them. So 5 months is go time. Do you start marketing in 5 months? I try not to. I don't think that would be wise. I'm really hoping for a good Christmas light season. They've been very good to me the past 4. Shout out to Eric Jones for getting me on that path to continue to keep people getting interested in it. So Mowing's different. It's a lot different if there's a post about mowing. I need a mowing guy. You're going to see anywhere from 20 to 50 people that are mowing. You do landscape lighting, it's going to shrink to about 5 to 10. Holiday lighting, you're going to be 1 to 5 around here. Let's see, Doug. I'm doing over 30. Doing over 30. If that helps. That's quite a bit. And then I got let's see. I got 3 commercial sites. So one of these commercial sites is like 1,700 feet, I think. I don't know. It now that I've gotten more than I can remember, I can't give you an honest answer on the commercial sites. I can give you a guesstimate. There's a little holiday town, and I do the whole strip down there. That takes a whole day. And then I've got a few in Louisville that I do. I think it's close to 10,000 feet. But me personally, I got about 30 of them. It's a lot to maintain. It's a busy season. But it's, I'm not packing a mower or anything. Now, here this whole fucking time, Doug, I thought I had Christmas light insurance. Christmas light insurance is not the easiest thing to get. Turns out, I've been doing Christmas lights without insurance. Now, I've been telling people I'm covered because I thought I was. I'm just not being charged for it. The only thing I'm covered on is like damage. Let's say I rented a piece of equipment, big lift, and I towed it somewhere. Now that equipment's covered, but as far as doing actual Christmas lights, there's no actual coverage on there. My agent doesn't put it on my thing that I'm doing Christmas lights. So I guess they might cover me if I cause an accident, or they might cover me if I fell off the roof. Or they might, it's just, there's a lot of gray areas with insurance, and it looks like I'm not covered. So I think it has a lot to do with he doesn't know what he's talking about and just felt insecure about it, told me I was, or he just thinks I'm a dumbass lawn guy. I don't know. Either way, I want it to say Aaron does Christmas or Purple Walrus does Christmas lights, and it doesn't. It also doesn't say I'm doing snow plowing on my vehicle insurance. So, although I thought I was ignorant to the information, or I just didn't know. So if you're out there and you just don't know, I would say cross educate maybe. I don't know if that's if you think you're covered, you're probably not, I guess. If you know you're covered, then you probably are. Cuz that's my case. I don't know a lot of people that are coming on any type of platform and admitting that, but I thought I was. You're right, Doug. I do need a better agent, and I'm still in search of that. And Wayne has been helping me with this, and then also Mike Marlowe has been trying to help me find someone. So as of right now, I don't have, and I need a whole package. I don't want to pay a bill over here, a bill over there. I need it all bundled in one, and that's been hard to find. I'm struggling. But as of right now, until July 20th, which is when my policy renews for the vehicle, I've already paid business insurance, so I'm good for landscaping and mowing and all that. That part is fine. I think he feels comfortable knowing, like, all right, he does mowing. I'll cover him for this. But as far as Christmas lights and all that, so if you don't know, and you have an agent and you're speaking to your agent and you look like, or you feel like this dude is not being honest with you or just doesn't know, call another agent, because these guys are all willing, just like lawn care, they're all willing to take another one's customer. They'll look at it and say, oh, all right, here you go. They'll go over it with you. Because my agent was not willing to do that part. He didn't have enough humility to say, all right, I mean, to be honest, really, you're not covered. So I think it's wise. If you think you're covered, you're probably not. If you know you're covered, you probably are. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Insurance is quite touchy, but so is running a business. So when someone looks at you and goes, it must be nice when you're off because it's raining, maybe go over a conversation like this. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's very challenging. I had a buddy come over yesterday, and he was talking about the old jail that we're in. And he was explaining about the old bullpen style jail that we had here in this little rinky-dink town. And all the things that we could get in there and all this and that. And then we were sharing all these stories, and he's like, dude, I'm so glad we don't live like that no more. He said, it took a while, but we grew up. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, look at our problems now. We're trying to find out if we got enough insurance, and we're not eating out of trash cans and shit like that. He's like, yeah, we're doing pretty good. You know, from what we were taught when we were young. We don't blame our parents. We just had to find our own responsibility. And now we're doing it. So these problems I have, I can assure you they're fucking problems. They are. They're pretty big. All right. They're quite big, but they don't amount to not eating or running from the cops or waking up in someone else's yard and not even knowing who they are. You know, you got dogs licking your face. Those are weird problems. Those are problems I'm glad I ain't got no more. I'm okay with trying to figure out some insurance issues here. A BAM update. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully it's not too bad. The local news said there's not going to be any issues with rain. That's why BAM showed up, because there's probably rain. Anyway, enough of the crying around. Christmas lights are fun. Let's take a break so I can get a shot of coffee. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go.
Attention professional decorators and lawn care companies. Ready to illuminate your profits this holiday season? Introducing LightsForChristmas.com, your premier source for commercial-grade holiday decorations. LightsForChristmas.com offers the best wholesale pricing on dazzling, twinkling lights, stunning, real-looking wreaths and garlands, plus outdoor Christmas trees as large as 26 feet, and our specialized wire motifs. Whether you're expanding your business or just starting in holiday lighting, our experienced staff is here to guide you every step of the way. For your holiday lighting product needs at the best wholesale pricing in the industry, visit LightsForChristmas.com today.
Here we go. Lights for Christmas. This is why I think you should add Christmas lights. All right. Chris Mitchell, he does landscape lighting for night lighters. They are huge. He'll talk to me. He'll communicate with me. He'll say, Aaron, I don't want to be the only company doing Christmas light or landscape lighting. If you do it, that means more people have seen it and then more people want it. That's why I think the more people that do Christmas lights, the better chance I have of getting more jobs. I can only do so many. Now, there is the $20 guys out there. They do. They come in low. Me, personally, I am at $8 a foot. Now, if you're selling it for me, that's a different price. Now, if you're maintaining the customer and I'm just putting it up, holler at your boy. I'm your guy. I think I could probably figure it out. But me personally, I'm at $8 a foot. I said that because there's other guys that are doing it here locally, and I talk to them. They're like, I do it for $3 a foot. Gosh, damn. A lot of meat left on that bone. Might be why they're skinnier than me. But there is some $20, just every industry. Just like my insurance agent. That's it. I got the $20 guy. I have the $20 insurance agent. That's what it is. He might think I'm broke because I do lawn care. I don't know. I've never really said, hey, man, I need a break on these prices. I just call him and tell him I buy something and he's covered. I'm doing this type of work and he's covered. He says, okay. He hangs up the phone, calls me back an hour later, 2 hours the next day. Yeah, you're covered. So I go out and do it. But that's the lawn care landscaping. That I'm pretty sure it's covered at this point. I don't know. It says it. It says I'm being billed for it. Now people think Christmas lighting is during the off season. Now here's my opinion on lawn care, landscaping. I don't think I have an off season. I think I have a full-time year-round business. I've always thought that. I don't know why. I guess because I always think about it. So with me always thinking about it, I don't think I have an off season, but a lot of people put Christmas lights in the category of the off season. I don't think it's the off season. I think it's peak. I think it's peak season for me. Now, I'm hoping to break into this aeration and overseeding market. I've done 3 or 4 each year that I started my LLC. That's it. 3 or 4, that's it. Every year, that's about what I get. I would like to do about 10. I would like to see that get to 10 because it's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick buck. And you don't have to, you're there about the same, I feel like you're there less than mowing. I'm using a walk behind aerator and a walk behind overseeder. So it's probably about the same time it would take to mow because you got to get it on and off the trailer. You got to load and unload the seed and fert. So maybe, you know what I mean? But I ain't done enough to really be educated on that. So those of you that do more would know. I would like it to be as packed as the Christmas lights. But anyway, Christmas lights are part of the lawn and landscaping community. So I can't classify that as off season. You know, snow's not off season. Those of you that do snow, my first year was this year. That did not feel like off season. I felt like I was on high fucking alert every day. Even when it wasn't snowing, I'm like, I need some snow. That's full season to me. Because when it's not snowing, it's 8 degrees outside and you're trying to get your shit clean so it doesn't rust and break off and be brittle. You know, nobody's saying, what? Must be nice to be out there cleaning when it's fucking cold. I do have my shop stripped out for this. My ass ain't being cold this year. My load and unload, pulling everything in the shop, my whole entire setup. It's going to have the plow, the salter, all of it. I've also got a drain in the middle of my floor, and it's angled to where all that water can melt, run off, and go straight into my drain. Then I can come in, lay on the couch, drink coffee, hang out with the kids, do all that, and then act like life is great. And then I'm not stressed out after being up for 17 straight hours or days. So I don't think there's any fucking off season. There's no off season. The only thing is during mowing, I make the least amount of money. It's weird. It is weird. Seems like I'm the busiest and the brokest. Busiest and the brokest of my life. Or I wouldn't say broke. There's no home runs coming in, you know what I mean? There's no home runs. There's no home runs because I'm too scared to hire anyone, to be honest. I could be out there selling, but I'm scared to death. We all know that. Here's some options for Christmas lights. Roofline is the quickest and easiest for myself. If you get into it, you will find out which is best for you. If you're scared of heights, this is what I suggest. Buy 5mm, 6-inch spacing. Get you 3 colors, get you a couple cases, and start selling them. There's a price per ball that comes in a snowball. Start wrapping some bushes and some columns. You will make money doing that. Put them up and take them down and store them. So if you're listening and you have an off season, get you 10 of them. Price them at whatever you think you should price them at. Per foot, per ball, per case, whatever you think would help you. That way you don't have an off season. Just wrap some bushes, some columns. Now you can do driveways as well. You don't want to get on the roof? Those C9s, you can run some strips from the start of their sidewalk, go all the way around, go to their driveway, and go all the way up to their steps. Do it on both sides of their driveway. Make them a little runway. Those are neat. I see guys doing that. They don't want to get on the roof. Me, I don't like bushes suck. Putting them on and taking them off and fucking storing them. They suck, but they pay good. If I can get out of it, I will. I don't know if it's laziness or if it's I just like doing roofs because they're quick and easy. Bushes, you got to take your time because you got to get in around the bush. Not only that, if they want to get them trimmed, you got to wait. Are you getting yours trimmed? Go ahead and get them trimmed. Get that set up. Maybe you do the trimming. So there's a little bit of money there. Hey, we need to go ahead and get these trimmed. We're going to do it while we're here. That type of thing. If you have time and the crews. I would say if I had crews like Wayne's, mine would probably be seasoned enough to pull that off. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get them trimmed while they're on the roofs. And then by the time they get down, they can wrap the bushes and have them cleaned up. He's got a better system than I'll ever have. They could probably pull that off. I could pull it off, just not very many of them. I'm probably max out at 2. And that'd be pushing it. It would still be more money than mowing all day. I can assure you that. Commercial installs. Okay, so I've got a few of them to where I don't get on the roof. I just go wrap the bushes. But I bling it out. You know what I mean? I got some champagne lights. I've got some colored lights. The entry to their door is different. So all the bushes around the sides of the building is wrapped. Everything on right and left side is wrapped. But the entry to the door, you got 2 bright blue on each side. And then on the inside of their building, they'll decorate blue and white as well to match the outside of the door. I have been contacted about decorating on the inside. I haven't thought about it. I don't really want to be inside anybody's house. I don't think, and this is internal, all right? There's been a time in my life where people didn't want me in their fucking house. So I've got to be able to let that go because people invite me in for estimates and all kinds of things like that. And I guess there's some internal things I got to let go so I can actually go in. I think when people invite you in, they're really inviting you into more income. I I think outside estimates are great, but I think when they invite you in, like, they really trust you. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. I've said something I shouldn't have. There's Darren. Everybody look busy. The boss is listening. All right, so let me clean up my act. Make sure I didn't get in trouble. But anyway, I feel like once you're in, those are the customers you probably really want. There's the internal thing that I have going on that I have to work through about wanting to be able to allow myself to be in. You know, if you're at someone's kitchen table and they're wanting to go over it, then they really trust you. Nobody's letting stranger danger in. And at one point in my life, I was stranger danger. You know what I mean? I was the bad guy. So an invitation in, it's like, nah, we can do it out here. Keep it in your wallet, keep it in your purse. I'm not ready for that. Uh-oh. Darren just sent me a picture of a yard ornament. This thing is awesome. I wonder if this thing drives. Have you shared it with the boys? No. Cool. Darren's got an awesome yard ornament. It looks like it's this thing has a FORD on it. That thing is neat. It has wheels on it, but it doesn't look like it drives anywhere. It's gonna need a Chevy to tow it. Just kidding. That's a sharp looking rig you got there. Darren, we're talking Christmas lights. Always listening. Guys, look busy. The boss is listening. Tree wrapping. Tree wrapping can be challenging. It's June. He said it's June. I know it's June, buddy. I just made a payment on Christmas lights. But we're going to get Darren into the Christmas lighting spirit. Darren, you don't have tile roofs no more, so we're putting Christmas lights on your house. Commercial installs are pretty cool. I do like them. Mine are friendly. They are. They're very friendly. Takedown and storage options that's all part of it. I like to say that's part of the plan. And I feel like it secures, for next year. And I always like to let them know, hey, these aren't your lights. So don't call me and say, hey, my lights are out. Or, hey, can I just keep my lights? Now, I'll sell them to them at the end of the year if they want to buy them from me. I've done that. Not very often. I've had a few ask. But when I store them, I try and give them a warm verbal hug. Like, these are going to be safe. I'm going to have them in a nice little container. You're going to know that there's no mice chewing on them. They're airtight. I'll pull them out in August and make sure I'll just plug them into the wall, make sure they're coming on. If they're all coming on, good, great, that's the best. That's what we are going for. Throw them back in the box. It's great. It's great. If you have the room, I think it's great. If you don't have the room, make the room. That's what I do. I offer a takedown package. If they just want me to put them up, I don't do that. I don't offer that system. And the $3 foot guys, they do. Now they'll come up and take them down and store them at their house. I don't do that either. That's not what I do. I put them up, take them down, store them here. I feel more comfortable with them being here. I don't feel comfortable with them being somewhere else and then me going to put them up, because if grandma knows that there's an extension cord in there, grandma's going to pull it out and try and run her hedge trimmers with it. Or she's got a wedding. She's like, oh, wait a minute. I got these Christmas lights. I'm going to use a piece of them. And then you go to put them up. And you're like, where's the peak? Where? And then you're already up there. No, I ain't doing it. I want them here. I want them here so I can look at them, so I can walk by them every day and know that Christmas lights are coming soon. And I'm going to be so happy. And I'm going to love them. Put them up. Whoop. Got the dinger on. Extension ladders. Now, from what I understand, those are a no-no. But this is only from one insurance guy. So maybe some others allow it or some variations of it. I don't know. I'm not educated on it. I thought you could just do this. Harness and anchor system. I'm going to learn about this and come back. I'm not going to talk about it and act like you should listen to this and apply it to your business. Safety, safety. Use your own system. So, cherry pickers for, is that for engines, or are you talking about for like a bucket truck? Cherry picker. And then walkie-talkies or earbuds for team communication is pretty cool. I have had to call people on the roof or on the ground because when you're on the roof, it's extremely windy at that time of year. October, November, it's windy. Not only that, it's still kind of hot. So gloves are, now that I think about it, I need to buy gloves before I don't have a chance to buy gloves. I don't know if you've been on a roof in October, but them shingles are fucking hot. Like, they're not cool a little bit. They're hot. And not only that, you're hot because it's bouncing off the asphalt and coming up to you. It's exhausting. Some clippers. You know, you need some good wire clippers. You need a good material dealer. Good material dealer. So I've been using Lights for Christmas. I think they've actually changed their name. I think it is actually Wintergreen now. Mike Marlowe. And maybe, I think he has a business partner. I don't know. I just know I've been talking to Mike for a while, and he told me that he purchased Wintergreen. So I don't know if they've merged or if Lights for Christmas is actually a business anymore or if it's all Wintergreen. I don't know. Either way, I know I can still text Mike or call Mike and he'll pick up and he'll let me know. He did have a guy call me, and I don't really know how that went. But anyway, I got the same shit. All the colors match up. So we're good. I put my orders in, talked to him Tuesday of last week about Christmas lights. So they move quick. So I stay on top of it. I don't think it's wise to attempt this by yourself. Me, I'm solo all the way. I love being by myself. I would say that has a lot to do with living in fear. So I don't suggest running, operating. Turfs Up Radio is not held responsible for your choices in your business as far as being solo. Don't do it. I got a mental issue, which keeps me by myself in my truck a lot. Do not do your business like that. And definitely find someone you trust if you're going to be doing Christmas lights. Find someone you trust holding a ladder. If you're going to use that type of ladder, Turfs Up Radio is not being held responsible for you using any type of ladder or lift system. Neither is Landscaper Roots. We are not being held responsible if you get up on a ladder or if you get on a roof. I'm just telling you what I do. Just find someone you trust. I do not suggest trying to do Christmas lights by yourself on a second story. You do get the opportunity to talk about landscape lighting. I don't have a large customer base. Mine's just, it's not large. I don't want to pretend that it is. So I don't have a great big aeration or fertilization, and I don't have that to market to. So I use the opportunity when I'm doing Christmas lights to talk to people about landscape lighting. Ice. I'm not talking about the ones that are going in and pulling out workers. That's not the ice I'm talking about. I'm talking about ice storms. Those create some issues. I've got some repairs to make. Some repairs I'm not happy about. But it must be nice, right? It must be nice. It's 6:51, guys. I've got to get in the habit of getting off the air for Darren. So I kind of wrote this little thing that says, get the F off the air. So I'm going to try and close this down. If anybody has any questions about Christmas lights, give me a text or call. It's 812-719-9993. Remember, you're not getting a coaching session. I am not charging you. I can just kind of guide you to where I buy stuff, what I do when I put them up, take them down, store them, how to talk to customers. This is not a coaching session. To be honest, if you're listening to this, you're probably a lot further than I am in business. I can just tell you what I do if you're wanting to add it. Once again, I don't think lawn care has an off season. People classify Christmas lights as part of the off season. I don't think we have an off season. I feel like we're always working. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of entertainment this morning. It's Aaron Walls with the Landscaper Roots. I appreciate you guys coming on, hanging out. Beat the weather and have a good day.
This is Steve with Sam Trucking and Excavating. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio. Your industry, your station.
This is Tony from Tony's Lawn Care, and you're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.